So you're thinking about possibly buying or owning a condo, a lock and leave, possibly very low maintenance property in the Phoenix area? Well, you're not alone. A lot of people do that every single year. And by the way, it's been a phenomenal investment, let alone the personal enjoyment you get out of it when you own a condo living in some suburb, any suburb, almost for the most part, in all of Phoenix, Arizona. The main reason? That's right, you probably guessed it, weather. Now, we have a lot of videos that we've done on this channel regarding the weather in Phoenix. The pros, the cons. There are some cons if you're here in July and August, possibly. Depends how you look at it. Some people say it's a dry heat and it's good for the bones. You're calling that. But did you know the average temperature in January is 68 degrees for the entire month? Then in February, it's 72 degrees. And in March, it's 77 degrees. So right now we are in January, and this is the perfect time to watch this video because a lot of people are coming down to possibly buy that lock and leave situation, that condo with maybe maintenance dues that gives you a lot of amenities so you can experience for a certain part of the time. Now, snowbirds, yeah, they're a real thing in Arizona. There are a lot of them. There's a lot of people who have the best of both worlds, if you will, where they can come down to Phoenix in the wintertime, get out of the snow, get out of the freezing temperatures somewhere else across the country, and come down to Phoenix and experience a high of 72 degrees average every single day with the sun shining. We have over 320 days easy of sunshine throughout the year in Phoenix. It's a great time of the year to live in Phoenix. But if you're gonna buy or own a property here in the Phoenix area, where are the best places to do so? Phoenix is huge. We're the 5th largest city in the entire country, and there are some suburbs that are conducive or more conducive for condo ownership as opposed to others. Now, when people are looking to own a condo, we get this the most. The number one feedback we get is that people want walkability and convenience. That's what they're looking for with condo living. Right behind that, we get low maintenance lifestyle. They don't want to have to look after a pool guy or a landscaper or anything of that nature. Winterizing pipes? What's that in Arizona? You don't have to do any of that stuff. You come down here, you turn the key, you come in your beautiful condo with amazing views, great temperature, and then when you're done, you go back to Minneapolis or Chicago or Milwaukee or Denver or Seattle. You just turn the key and you leave. So now over the course of 18 years living right here in Phoenix and countless condo sales for clients, we've identified the top 8 places across all of the Phoenix area that are best for condo ownership in our professional opinion. And we do have some honorable mention areas as well that we'll throw in at the end. But we're gonna jump over to the computer, we're gonna hop on the map, and we're gonna show you all of these places so you get a good geographical location feel for where these places are located. Okay, now we're gonna jump on the map here and we're gonna go over the valley here of Phoenix, and we're gonna go over the top 8 places for condos or to own or buy a condo. We're gonna start with one maybe you haven't heard of, and that is in Ocotillo. That's right, guys, Ocotillo is down here in South Chandler, and it is a beautiful place to own a condo. Believe it or not, there's not very many for sale right now. There's not a lot of options down here for inventory, but this whole Ocotillo area is beautiful, and you have several different condo complexes. So down here you have Cantabria Shores, which is beautiful. This is right on the golf course, the Ocotillo Golf Resort. And it has water views as well. Looking at the map, you can see that there are plenty of lakes and water throughout the Ocotillo area, making this a very special, unique place to own real estate. You also have downtown Ocotillo, which is a huge condo complex up here in the corner off of Queen Creek Road. And you have Serenity Shores at Fulton Ranch towards the south side of the Ocotillo area. Now, the great thing about these condos is most of these, the average price is going to be around $500,000 to mid $500,000, but they have garages. That's right. Anywhere from a 1 garage option up to a 2-car garage option. And if you know anything about condo living in Phoenix, a lot of these condo complexes, they don't have a lot of garage options if they were built, not in the last 10 to 15 years, especially. And going back to the map here, you can see that Ocotillo is right in the area where it's very, very off the beaten path. It's very safe, and it's just in the South Chandler area with access via freeway up the 101 or whichever way you want to go. But if you want to go to the airport, Sky Harbor is right here in the center of things. So you just drive the 101 over the 60 and into Sky Harbor within about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic. So it's very well located. There's a lot to do around there. Not as lot to do as other places. That's why it makes number 8. But Ocotillo, a phenomenal place to call home. By the way, it's minutes, if not steps away from the headquarters of Intel right here in Ocotillo. So if you want to come down here and maybe even work and live full time in the condo, you could do that too and be gainfully employed at the corporate headquarters of Intel right next to you. Okay, now moving on to number 7, we're talking about the downtown Phoenix / Midtown Phoenix area. That's right, guys. I'm going to go to my map here. We're going to zoom in a little bit more, and you can see that downtown Phoenix, which is just west of Sky Harbor Airport, right here is a hotbed for condos. So you have Sky Harbor Airport, like we mentioned right here. You have the I-10 that cuts right through Sky Harbor and the downtown, the office business district of Phoenix downtown area right here. And then as you go just north of the I-10, you have the Midtown area where there are a lot more condo high-rise living complexes to do. Now the walkability score here is off the charts. You have this area in North Phoenix, which is known as Roosevelt Road, that has all kinds of condo living, like Portland on the Parks condominiums. You have just south of there the iconic Orpheum lofts that were built in the 1930s that have been revitalized. Really cool living. As you go north across the I-10, you have more and more condo complexes like the 3rd Avenue on Palms, the Willow Walk, and the Edison Midtown condos. So you have a lot of things going on right now. You have the light rail that goes right down Central Avenue here, guys, right down the heart of Central Avenue, and then cuts over by Sky Harbor over into Tempe. But this area is great for condo living. Now, you do have a little bit higher crime rates around these areas because you're living in a downtown, midtown urban setting. But you do have security at these condo complexes in this area of town. You have 24-hour security. You have locked doors on the condo complexes down there. And again, not because things are happening all the time, but it's just because it's a security thing. And a lot of these condo complexes are very, very nice. Some of these are higher rises. You have 6 stories plus in some of these. You have great views of the landscape of the valley in some of these condos in downtown Phoenix, and you're just convenient to everything. So this makes number 7 on our list. Okay, now number 6 is going to be the Desert Ridge City North area. Well, where is that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because that on the map here is just on the border of Phoenix Scottsdale right here. Now it's a Phoenix address, and you can see the 51 comes up from downtown, and it actually tees right into the 101. So you can get off and go straight here into this area. It's a beautiful area because the location is amazing. Now the walkability score is not going to be as high here because you're more so in the suburbs to an extent, but you actually have a high walkability score just for the shops and everything around the Desert Ridge area, which is a lot. It's quite a few. Now over here, you have things like Toscana, and you have Bella Vista, and you have a lot of new construction of homes in this area as well. But this Toscana complex most specifically is phenomenal. Steel construction, underground parking. You have a boatload of amenities in Toscana right here. And again, you have a lot that is offered in the City North area, which is this huge super block right through here with restaurants, parking garages, comedy businesses, speakeasies, a lot going on here. And then over here in Desert Ridge, you have a lot of shopping, your traditional shopping, the Targets, the Joann Fabrics, the Big Michaels, the more bigger stores, AMC theaters, and a lot of restaurants over here too as well. But a little more high end on the City North side next to the condo living. So Desert Ridge is phenomenal for a lot of reasons. And the location is number 1 because you can get to wherever you need to go in the valley from this location. Go to the West Valley or go over here to the East Valley, and you're only coming down as the 51 kind of curtails right into downtown Phoenix. You're only about 20 minutes straight shot in the downtown Phoenix from the 51 right here. Okay, making number 5 on our list is the Biltmore. That's right. Where is that? The Biltmore is iconic. The Biltmore's been around for a long time. It is located kind of in the city center to an extent, but you can see it right here. Now it sits just to the west of Paradise Valley with the iconic Camelback Mountain and so on and so forth. You have the mountain preserve up here, and as you come down here, it kind of sits between those 2 mountains, but it's not quite the downtown, but very convenient to downtown Phoenix. So as you zoom in right here into the Biltmore area, you can see there's a phenomenal golf course right through here, the Biltmore Golf Course, which is awesome. But you have multiple different complexes for condo living, from the Meridian to the Biltmore Estates to the Biltmore Courts. Biltmore Estates can be up in the multi-million-dollar mark. Biltmore Courts and the Meridian are a little more affordable.
in the $300,000 to $600,000 mark, to the more iconic glass modern condo living right here at 24th Street in Camelback, which is probably the most notable intersection in all of Phoenix. And you have condo complexes like the Optima Biltmore Towers and the Esplanade, which are multi-million-dollar condos. Unless you go small, you can get those in the $500,000 range. Depends on what floor you're on and how big your condo unit is. If you're just a one bedroom, one bath, it's definitely much more affordable. Now, the HOA dues for some of these more higher end condos, they can be quite pricey. Instead of just being a set price like $300 or $400 a month, they can be based off of your square footage and it'll be a factor of it. So the larger your unit goes, the higher your HOAs may go as well. But if you want amenities, you want modern luxury, the Esplanade and the Optima Biltmore, that's going to be where you want to be. Okay, now back to the map. Number 4 on the list is going to be Scottsdale Horizon. If you look at the map here, where is that? This is kind of like one of those sleepers. I'm telling you right now, guys, it is. Scottsdale Horizon is right here off the 101 in North Scottsdale in the zip code of 85260. And it's this area right here, which is really a phenomenal area, very convenient. The walkability score is high. You have a lot of commercial activity right here, Target, restaurants, for shopping, grocery stores, all through here as well. AJ's high-end grocery stores, Safeway, and things that you can get to, a Chipotle, just all kinds of things that you need to live and survive. Well, most people nowadays in America, right there to walk to for the most part. You have condo complexes like the Signature, Villages North, Ladera, Mira Vista, and the Allison right in this little area. Now, it has more of a neighborhood feel, which is kind of cool because you're surrounded by a lot of single-family home residences, communities, neighborhoods, etc. But you have these condos that are very, very affordable in a phenomenal location and area. That's the best thing about it and why it makes number 4 on our list. HOA dues will run between $200 and $350 a month on average. And some of these condo complexes will allow Airbnb as well right here. So it's really, really cool mixture. Now, a lot of these condo complexes were built 20 to 30 years ago, right in this Scottsdale Horizon area. So you have more of a condo conversion feel, a true condo feel. Some would even say almost like an apartment feel. That would be the downside. But the location and the walkability and the convenience right here in North Scottsdale, in the heart of it, is what makes it so valuable. And the price point is extremely affordable. You're talking price points on some of these condos, if you pull this one up right here, of $409,000 for a condo, $300,000 for a condo, $350,000. That price range is all day long for this area in Scottsdale Horizon and why it makes number 4.
Okay, quick pro tip. Now, a lot of people, if they're a snowbird or if you're gonna enjoy your condo for just part of the year living down here in the Phoenix area, you may want to possibly try and rent it out for the other months of the year that you're not using it. There are very few condos that allow Airbnb or VRBO, short-term weekend stays for furnished condos, because of their HOA and CC and R rules. It's restricted for most of them. However, there are some complexes across Scottsdale and Phoenix that actually will allow short-term Airbnb stays. And so you almost get the best of both worlds if you're fine with someone else living in your condo. So it can be a very good investment where you actually return not just a break even, but you return an ROI of, I've had clients be anywhere from 8%, 7%, depends how much they rent it out, up in the 20, 30 percentile for ROI using their second home condo for an Airbnb. So check with us if you have that desire, because we can look to find the good complexes, the condo complexes and communities that actually will allow those Airbnb stays.
Okay, going to number 3, we're gonna stay right here in Scottsdale, and we're gonna go to the Kierland Scottsdale Quarter area. So if I pull my map up, you can see Scottsdale Air Park right here. It is one of the busiest private airports in all of the United States of America. It's a lot of luxury, a lot of big jets flying to there. And you have this Kierland area right here and Scottsdale Quarter as well. Now, Scottsdale Quarter is gonna be right on the east side of Scottsdale Road, on this side of the Greenway Hayden Loop right in here. And you're gonna have the Kierland area right in here. Now, in the Scottsdale Quarter Kierland area, the complex that's going to dominate all of them, you have several, and you have some good ones. The Landmark is awesome. It's a high-rise condo living, but the one that dominates it is the newest one, the Optima Kierland Condos. This complex is enormous, all glass, modern, sophisticated Optima Kierland, and there are 5 buildings in this area. 3 are for lease, 2 are for home ownership. and it is amazing. The amenities are why you want to own, and of course the walkability score to all the shops and world-class dining right there in Kierland, as well as across the street at Scottsdale Quarter. But the amenities at Optima Kierland are second to none, literally second to none. You have a game room that has Xbox, PlayStation, you have shuffleboard, you have darts, you have a putting green, you have a golf simulator as part of the amenities that all the people have access to that live there. You have an enormous modern gym, you have a basketball court, you have a theater room, you have a pet spa, and you have a rooftop pool. This pool is phenomenal. I mean, it's gorgeous. If I want to go swimming, I want to go there. You can relax on the decking. You have barbecue up there. You can hang out, and you can have views, 360 views of the entire landscape of the valley that is Phoenix, with mountains surrounding it all the way around. It is spectacular. So although the HOA dues are going to be a little more for Optima Kierland for a complex like that, if you want the amenities and the modern upscale luxury living, it's going to be worth it for you. And the walkability is awesome to everything that's nearby. Okay, now back to the map. We're staying right here in Scottsdale and going to number 2, which is Grayhawk. So if you zoom in right here in the map, you can see that Grayhawk is right off the elbow of the 101 loop. It is a great area. Now, it's almost as good as Desert Ridge. In fact, you could say probably better because you are right at the elbow. You can go south down to South Scottsdale in the East Valley, or you can go west towards Desert Ridge and over to the West Valley. The location is literally second to none. Now, what makes Grayhawk so special outside of location, the walkability score is nothing spectacular. There's not a lot of shops and dining right in this area you can walk to, although there are a lot nearby that you can drive to quickly. But what makes it so special is the variety of all the different types of condo living that Grayhawk has. Now, look at the map. You can see that Grayhawk is actually this whole area from Deer Valley Road over to Pima and all the way down and across from Legacy Boulevard up this little square or rectangle. And the variety of product that Grayhawk has is awesome. So some of the condo living that Grayhawk has is the Venue, the Edge, true condo living. Then you go to the Village or the Vintage, that's more like a townhouse style living, but still somewhat like a condo, luckily very low maintenance. Then you have the Avion, Tesoro, and Cachet, and Encore. So you have a lot of different lock and leave convenient living that's a little more affordable if you want to live in Grayhawk, from literally the apartment style condo that's going to be the most affordable in the $200,000-$300,000 range, up to $1 million plus in a Encore type situation that is more of a luxurious townhouse. So whatever you're looking for at Grayhawk in terms of lock and leave convenience, low HOA dues, higher HOA dues, amenities, they differ as well. Grayhawk has you covered there, and very convenient to the rest of the valley. Now back to the map, and making number 1 on our list is going to be Oldtown Scottsdale. That's right. I'm going to zoom in here. Oldtown Scottsdale has to be number 1. Everyone knows about Oldtown Scottsdale. We have multiple videos on it that you can check out, but Oldtown Scottsdale is just phenomenal, guys. Look at all the green dots down here, all the different condos. They sell fast down Oldtown Scottsdale. To have this many green dots definitely means there's a lot of condos to choose from, because people want to be in the truly iconic and world-renowned Oldtown Scottsdale. World-class. I know that phrase gets used a lot, but world-class dining and shopping truly is, and entertainment. A lot of clubs, and you can walk to all of them. They are all right there. So as you can see, you have condos over here, condos over here, condos over here, and condos literally everywhere you go, because that's what people want when living in Old Town. And real estate is at a premium, so that land, there's not a whole lot of that. So you have to go now vertical as much as you possibly can, as much as the city will allow you, which still, we're not talking high rises of 40 stories. There's an ordinance in Scottsdale that doesn't allow it to go over a certain height due to the restrictions of fire trucks and the ability to get to high level stories. So I think the restriction is going to be around 13 levels or 12 stories, somewhere in there. Don't quote me on that, but it's not 40 stories like New York City or Chicago or anything of that nature, which is also pretty cool because it preserves all the mountain views around there without having buildings too tall. So because there's so many condos in Old Town, we're going to focus on just a few of them that are more well known. And go figure, there's an Optima in Old Town Scottsdale as well. It's called Optima Camel View. We have a whole video on that. We have Scottsdale Waterfront, which is the more traditional, luxurious condo living. There are 2 towers there, and the amenities are off the charts. They are beautiful condos right on the canal, which is the waterfront in Scottsdale. I mean, when you're in the desert, guys, come on, you got to make up things because we don't have the ocean. So we have this little canal right here, you can see with this blue line of water that runs, and that's the waterfront living in Oldtown Scottsdale. There are several other condo complexes that we'll mention here of notoriety. Safari, which is modern luxury, a lot of glass. You have Scottsdale Shadows, which is a big one that's a little more older, but a lot of units there at the corner of Camelback and Hayden. And then you have NV condominiums, which are built in 2015 or so, which are down by the W Hotel in Oldtown Scottsdale off Camelback, right in this area where my cursor is. So there are no shortage of amazing condo living where you have HOA dues from as low as $250 a month up to thousands of dollars a month based upon the penthouse luxurious suite that you might be able to get in Optima or in Scottsdale Waterfront as an example. So now I have personally sold units in all of these developments in Oldtown Scottsdale. Doing this 18 years and being a Scottsdale specialist, I know it very well. It would be a lot to go into. So what I'll probably do on this YouTube channel is break down a lot of these condo complexes by themselves because there's so much to talk about with each of these, not just in Oldtown Scottsdale, but the other ones we mentioned across the valley as well. But we did several videos on some of these condo complexes already. We already have a video on the Optima at Camel View. Then we have other videos that you can check out on our channel for Grayhawk and Kierland and these areas as well that you certainly can check out on our channel also. Now I know a lot of you might be saying, but Kelly, there are so many other condos that you could mention. And I agree, this is not exact science, but this is my list of the top places that you'd want to own condos in. Some honorable mention condos are Scottsdale Ranch, Gainey Ranch in Scottsdale, and of course, Tempe. You can't forget about Tempe. A lot of apartment style condos and condos in Tempe, but I didn't have them make our top 8 list because a lot of those are for college students and at college age. And that's more of a special demographic, or maybe people who want to buy those as investments because they rent really well to college students. So why does it seem that most of the areas where good condos and good condo living is available are located in Scottsdale? Well, the reason simply is because of the entertainment, walkability, and well-known factor. People across the country, when you think of coming down there to play golf, when you think of living there as a snowbird, when you think of luxurious condo living or lock and leave convenient living in Phoenix, people want entertainment. They want things to do. And a lot of that predominantly comes when you live in Scottsdale. So that's the reason why that is the case. It's not because Scottsdale is necessarily better than another city like Chandler, Gilbert, Peoria, or other suburbs located throughout the Phoenix area. It's just for condo living, Scottsdale has bred this reputation for just that, amongst many other things.
Okay, so I hope you now are fully educated on the different geographical locations throughout the Phoenix Scottsdale area that are best or most conducive for condo living. And after you subscribe to our channel here, if you'd be so kind, we wouldn't mind if you actually checked out our Google page where we have over 420 5-star reviews from all of our past clients over the past years. We would love for you to check that out, and we'd love to help you out if you have any questions or possibly looking to be a snowbird and buy that second home here in the Scottsdale Phoenix area. So if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us day or night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We may not get back to you if it's the middle of the night, but give us a call anyways and we will get back to you. We are passionate about everything Phoenix. Our number is 480-660-5974. You can email us at info@cookandassociatesaz.com or check us out on social. We love posting on social media daily for your personal education enjoyment right here at Kelly Cook Homes. And again, to never miss a new video that are coming out twice a week, just go ahead and subscribe that button right here. And we thank you very much. And don't forget, don't be shy to call us. Call me.